exciting guest who's making a reappearance on Voice of Crypto. And it's always a pleasure to have Emily, the Bit Blonde, on Voice of Crypto. We will be talking about all things crypto, Web3, blockchain, and Bitcoin today. Thank you so much, Emily, for joining us.
Welcome. I'm very excited. It's always a pleasure to be here, guys.
And it's our pleasure to have you here. If you could just give a little bit of introduction about what you do, your experience as an analyst, as a technical analyst, and of course, then we will address the elephant in the room after that.
Sure. So basically, I'm doing a couple of things in Web3, from education to trading side. I'm trading on a daily basis and also helping a lot of people in Web3 and also doing Web3 marketing with my Web3 agency. So pretty much full time in Web3 and very excited to start hosting these weekly lives at Voice of Crypto. So we're back, guys, every week, and it's a pleasure to be here answering your questions and driving forward with this bull run because I think people should definitely start to be in crypto all day, all night these days. Regardless of the ETF, we definitely back to the bull run and nobody's gonna sleep. So we're here every week. I'm very excited.
I think that should be our tagline. Nobody's going to sleep, and we're
No.
going to be back every week.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely crazy, but I love it. I think we've been sleeping for too long on a bear market, so I don't want to sleep.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So finally, we have made the announcement officially on Voice of Crypto that the bull market is on the brink, despite whatever happened yesterday. But let us first address what happened in the market yesterday. I just before the live, I was telling you it was 3 a.m. in the night for me here in India, and yet I was wide awake on hooked onto X, Twitter, and I was just frantically breaking the news on Voice of Crypto while simultaneously tweeting on my personal account. And it has been a crazy day, but we've seen crazier things in the crypto space. Your 2 cents, Emily, on what happened yesterday.
I think it wouldn't be crypto without anything crazy happening one day before. Like it seems to every big event that we're gonna have one day before something crazy happen to the market. So you know it's not like expected, but it's always something crazy like in our industry. And suddenly, right? Because I don't know. How can you hack someone Twitter? It's just how come? I don't know. Who's saying the truth? I don't sometimes, I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
That is true. I was reading a few. I was reading a few tweets yesterday, and it mentioned how uh, double of what was liquidated during FTX was the kind of market liquidations that we saw yesterday when we got to know that the news is in fact fake. Of course, it was rather funny, and when I saw all the news media organizations covering that the ETF is approved, and I saw I as a journalist I had to cross verify from the US SEC's official handle, and it said that it is approved. But then I went onto their website and I could not find anything. That's when I myself called out that there was something
Yeah.
fishy about the entire announcement, and it was in fact fishy, which Mr. Gary Gensler was really quick to point out. And interestingly enough, he had also about 6 hours before this thing happened, he had posted a tweet saying cryptocurrencies are really volatile. So when you invest in crypto assets, you have to be careful. So I mean, a little bit of negative commentary around cryptocurrencies as a whole. But if I'm not wrong, you're currently in the US. How is the wind there?
Well, I'm currently in New York. Um, Absolutely cold, snowing, and also not very friendly for crypto. It was a great season. I've been to a lot of events and a lot of things, but I think this country is absolutely messed up on crypto. Like I can't. It's crazy, and it doesn't make sense because in one hand they want crypto to make money, but in the other hand, they token against it. So people see you here as a criminal or something. So yeah, I think like we have problems everywhere. Like in UK, not the best case scenario either, but here it's so weird because people are so brainwashed with cash. So it's a big conversation. Like when they ask you what do you do for a living, and then you end up fighting.
Absolutely. Um, we have a technical analyst like you on our show today, and I would love to talk about the dynamics, the current dynamics of the market, the crypto market versus. I think I was reading something yesterday that in 4 years, for the first time, Bitcoin price action decoupled from Nasdaq. What does it mean? What does it mean for people in crypto? Is it good? Is it bad? How do you compare the larger financial market with your crypto markets? And yeah, where do we stand as a market currently? Of course, we've gained a lot in terms of market cap, and last year, especially the last quarter of last year, has been pretty good. So much so that we're all saying that we are finally in a bull market, or at least we see the bull market happening sometime soon. But from purely an analyst point of view, speaking numbers, what is your take on it? And especially the Nasdaq Bitcoin decoupling, what does that mean for the larger market?
Um, well, our way to analyze will definitely change very soon. We are correlated to the US market as we're transferring from cash to digital money, anyways. So eventually, I don't even know how we're going to do TA. I think it's going to be based really on Bitcoin. So if you look into the future, that's the main thing. We will definitely step back from the market. I don't know what's gonna happen with the US market. Like, I'm not against anything. I always say that I don't like this kind of people that they are in real estate token against crypto. They are, in something else and token. I'm not this person. So if stock market worked for you and if you make money off it, stick to it. Okay, so definitely we are going to have our own market and our own basis, and we are working to have that every single day. And I think overall is something good to not be attached to US market, you know but it's the transition, so we are going to face crazy movements and crazy things, crazy news, and they really want to kill us, but I think they don't really know what blockchain is. um, when I see people talking about crypto and blockchain and Bitcoin here in the US, they absolutely outside of crypto. They don't understand. They think they can stop Bitcoin. They think then they can just stop crypto and it would be that easy. Like Bitcoin is going to go to zero. It's not. They can't. So it's very nice to be apart from this market. And in the economic side, I do believe that Asia is going to take over for some time now. And they're very crypto friendly. That's a little bit political. I'm not into it 100%. But I would say nothing is going to be the same. If something worked in the US market for 100 years, you have something else. It's life. I mean, something new. It's life. We're always changing. We always, changing with time. So I think it's very, very good for us to be outside US market.
That is true. If we look at Bitcoin's price movement, and of course, Bitcoin has been leading the way for the larger market, has been for quite a few years now. Um, I do also, of course, want to talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum, how the BTC charts are looking like. But I think first, how is the Bitcoin chart looking for you? What are you anticipating in the short term? Currently, we are a little over 45, 800. we're still down 2% on the daily. Weekly gains remain intact. But what do you think would be the key support resistance levels going forward? And most importantly, a question that I have been also getting on my live sessions has been, will we see another dip below 40 anytime soon? Will there be a dip for Bitcoin where, people can catch that dip once more? So do you see that happening?
Below 40,000, I don't see it happening right now. So we're currently at 45, 400, somewhere around. And I think that's our support. So if we hold somewhere around these levels, will be great. And Ethereum has been a little bit exhausted because Ethereum has to perform Bitcoin at some point and is not doing at the time. So I am expecting Ethereum to pump really, really hard. And also Bitcoin, I'm not expecting Bitcoin to go down. Just whatever is going on the news, as I mentioned, something always happen one day before something important is going to happen in crypto. So I think 50K would be likely to happen for Bitcoin this coming days. I would say this week or something, or next week even. So yeah, if we hold around 40 max, I think that's a point to liquidate all the longs. And after 50K, I don't know if we're going to go higher, and that's another talk, but I definitely think we're going to touch 50K, and Ethereum probably around 2,700 and even 3K, because ETH has been doing very boring for this moment against Bitcoin, and Ethereum always flips Bitcoin at some point. So I'm very excited for it. But anyways, the price it matters more if you're trading like on a daily basis, and like for long-term holders, crypto is here to stay for forever. So it's likely to see Bitcoin going really far. Like I could this bull run, I would say at least 150, but in the future, I don't know. Like it could be really really high. We're here to stay. So if you are trading, the price really matter for you. But if you're just holding and accumulating for the future, it doesn't really matter.
Hmm. What are your views on Bitcoin getting back to the all-time high 67K, if I'm not wrong, 67, 69K on a few exchanges that we saw last year? This year, I mean, of course, we foresee BTC pumping to the kind of, 100K or over that. But do you see Bitcoin getting back to the all-time high levels this year, sometime in the last quarter, or?
Yeah, I mean, some guys that I'm in touch with, they do have take profits already around the all-time high, because it could happen with the ETF. Like it could happen like in 2 hours and then go back. Anything can happen in crypto, and that's what I really like about crypto, because it's very excited. It's something exciting. But I think we definitely flipping the all-time high this next year. We are. We also have the halving. So uh, April, we're going to have the halving. So that's gonna make an absolutely crazy move also.
Absolutely. What are you expecting before the halving? Are you expecting a buy the rumor, sell the news sort of narrative for the market, or will the hype eventually turn into the kind of gains that a lot of people are anticipating?
I'm not very into trading news really. I do like we have to go through it. It's normal, but I'm more on the TA side. So whatever is gonna happen, I'll just protect my capital and use my stop loss, because this market is a little bit different from stocks. You can't be trading crypto based on news as we saw it. So yeah, I mean anything can
Absolutely.
happen.
True, that is so true. I think a couple of weeks back, Bitcoin dominance had fallen below 50 and a few altcoins were pumping. That was, of course, a phase in the market. And in the last 1 quarter, we have seen those phases where Bitcoin isn't as volatile and a lot of altcoins sort of pump, or Bitcoin makes gains a few percentages, two, three, and bases that a lot of altcoins gain momentum. Now, of course, Bitcoin's dominance has again. It's again rising. It is above 52%, 52.74 at the moment. So, when do we often correlate lower Bitcoin dominance with an incoming alt season, but a lot of analysts have been saying that this cycle is going to look a lot different. What are your views on a potential altcoin season? When are we going to see that? What could be the key indicators to watch out for um, before expecting one?
Well, not only the Bitcoin market cap to be based this time, but every time Bitcoin stop, you can go to altcoins. That's what I would
Mhm.
say. So that's what I do personally, not financial advice. But yeah, anytime Bitcoin stops, altcoin market, it's absolutely crazy. I think this year is gonna be massive in airdrops also. So yeah, guys, it's been really tough to sleep because you could be making a lot of money from airdrops, and yeah, when Bitcoin stops, you can have your airdrops and trade your airdrops and make lots of money off it. And you have to enjoy it. You have to enjoy the bull run because everything is a cycle in life. So at least now we know for the next year is going to be up, and get prepared also for the tough times. That's what I would say.
Mhm. Also, your quick view on some of the altcoins that you would be watching. Of course, before we move ahead, quick disclaimer for anyone and everyone who's joining: none of what we say on these sessions is financial advice. Always do your own research. DYOR is the key to sustaining in the market. Moving on, however, what are some of the top altcoin picks, so to say, that you would have for this bull market? I, of course, want to also talk about Solana. What sort of gains should we be expecting? Any more gains in Solana? How is it going to perform? Plus, of course, your own picks.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been trading Solana that much really. Um, Ethereum, I'm very, very huge on ETH and meme coins, but it's even hard to talk about meme coins because those coins are absolutely crazy, and I don't recommend to you if you're not willing to lose a little bit. But if you are, all coins, meme coins, can be really really profitable. And I'm getting into DEX trading also this year with the blockchain Tensei Pro, so very excited. But I would say maybe XRP, it's a great one. But I'm talking on a trading perspective. Like personally, on a long term hold, I'm just holding Bitcoin and Ethereum. But on a trading side, on the altcoins, I would be trading any of them. I think Near Protocol is doing really, really great. And XRP is gonna do great. Solana, the top ones, I would say. But the meme coins are a little bit crazy also, but you can make a lot of money off it. But definitely know that is a risk. But I like it. It's fun. Meme coins are really fun, and they're meant to be fun and to make money.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, in the last cycle, we did not see a lot of those 10x, 30x gains from top cryptos. But are we expecting that this time? And in the last cycle, we saw a lot of metaverse tokens skyrocket. What sectoral tokens or what sectors, altcoins, do you see a lot of potential in for, this year or in the coming quarter?
Yeah, I think AI, anything based on AI is gonna, it's a massive thing. Like I'm personally very, very bullish. Also, transferring my agency to the entire AI system. So just the idea to have something with AI, it's the next hype also. And I wonder what's happening to metaverse really. I do.
We all do. Trust me. Um, uh, People do tend to ask me what your views on the future of metaverse are, and I find myself. I mean, of course, I say that there's a good potential in retail metaverse, which is sort of true, but yeah, if I have to see that picture very clearly, in all honesty, I am not able to do that currently. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not bullish on socialify and gamify
Yeah.
things, but I don't know what's happening to metaverse really. I currently use one of them, but I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I think they have to be integrated with socialify platforms, or and I'm very excited to see the future of Web3. I can't wait to leave these normal platforms and get paid. So if you have something to recommend, I would definitely be using. I can't wait to see what's going to happen to these platforms and to the new ones that we're going to get rewarded.
Yeah, in fact, now that you asked, we have very recently, in collaboration with Livetree, launched. Livetree is a socialify app, and we've recently launched a series of packages that people can avail from Voice of Crypto. Of course, we'll have you on most of the technical analysis packages that we'll be offering, and we'll definitely talk about it once you're back to UK, which is going to happen really soon.
Yeah.
Before we close, Emily, any views on the market today, over the week? This week has, of course, been really intense in terms of the trade volumes, just in terms of the activity, a lot of coins going haywire. What do you expect from the coming week before we meet again on Wednesday? If you want to leave any quick tips or tricks for the people who are joining,
I would
anything that.
say stick to the graph and try to don't go into the news really, because it's been crazy. It's even hard for me to say anything. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen really. So I'm just into my charts and watching the movement, watching the volume, and let's see what's gonna happen. But I am personally looking forward for Bitcoin to pump. And yeah, Bitcoin is always going to do something that we don't expect. So as long as you are able to protect your capital, just don't go into the news. This is not like stocks market, so be careful.
Absolutely. To the people of Web3, crypto, blockchain, expect the unexpected, and always do your own research. Never,
Yeah.
ever just sort of invest basis hype. I think those would be my key takeaways from today's conversation. Thank you so much, Emily, for
Thank you
joining
so
us.
much. It's a pleasure. See you in London.
See you really
But see you
soon.
soon.
And
See you next Wednesday.
next Wednesday. See you all next Wednesday. Thank you so much for joining